Thank you very much.
Great. Let me start with you, Senyo Hosi. With this minister admitting that there are issues with prosecution, does this confirm the fear that the fight against illegal mining may just be rhetoric and really not the political will to ensure that this is kept?
What is obvious is that the government is clearly struggling with the political will. These are governments with key government officers and ministers suggesting that this could be solved in a week. I mean, it may not have been literal, but the truth of the matter is that we definitely expected to see better action on the part of government. Government said that they were going to go after kingpins. Show me one kingpin that has been arrested. They talked about giving amnesty to one. So the 1,400 that we are talking about, are they kingpins? That's a question we need to ask. The minister yesterday in that interview, an interesting comment, asking the question whether you are suggesting that without a state of emergency, they cannot have solutions to fast track the process. I think he should ask himself that question. And it's very simple. You've had 8 months. You are very much aware of the danger of this entire situation. And that minister in particular, to be honest, has been very hardworking. All right? But as a politician, he has to defend his government in some form. The truth is, why didn't you use these 8 months to build a certain legal framework without state of emergency to be able to achieve and resolve the issue of prosecution? Has that been done? Absolutely not. Did we go or did we come? Our turbidity levels right now are about 95,000. When we had 14,000, we all screamed last year. We called the former president, the worst president, to have pretended such a matter. Today, what are we going to say? Our food is poisoned. Our pharmaceuticals are complaining. Our energy infrastructure is endangered. How do you explain this? What language is required to really make sense to anybody again? Frankly, it is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that there's even an attempt to really debate this matter. We should be apologizing and showing group strong action. Where we are, our window for reversing what we have done is narrowing. This entire system is engulfing and seizing our entire politics. It is engulfing and seizing our security infrastructure. I tell you.
What does this mean for the rule of law now? I mean, crimes are committed every day. The argument is that they're still being prosecuted. Some of them are facing the law. But in this situation, the minister is saying they're having difficulties because of the weak structural systems. How else should these suspects or those arrested be treated now moving forward? And even talk of the interagency, collaboration in the fight.
You know where those 1,400 people are? That's the first question. Because you can't be holding 1,400 people just like that under the current legal framework. Absolutely not. The idea is to allow government to be ruthless. And in the past that His Excellency the President signed with us as a Ghana coalition against Galamsey was simple. Ruthless was the word we all used. And we co-signed it. She's a ruthlessness. I say, show me the kingpin. The kingpin are members of his government. The kingpin are members of his party. The kingpins are members of the former government. The kingpins are members were part of the executive of the former government. The kingpins are businessmen who have funded the politics left and right. Please show me one kingpin who has been arrested. And these are the words of His Excellency the President. Mr. President, we can't keep talking. It's time for true action. PR governance is over on this matter. What is at stake is dire. This is not crime in everyday life. This is an existential crisis. It's a crisis that can wipe us off the map as human beings, as Ghanaians. We can't be having this conversation this way.
Do you think that these kingpins that you talk about are being shielded?
Absolutely. The kingpins funded the election. They are sitting, they are members of the Council of State, if people will be honest. They are members in Parliament. They are members in the executive. I'm telling you, cabinet ministers are working against cabinet ministers in this particular matter. The president is aware. If the president is honestly not aware, Mr. President, you have to look at the people you have around you. Because presidency is one of the longest jobs I have come to see. And I've experienced it because I've had to engage different presidents. In all honesty, people try to control what you hear. And that's why we come to the media and we shout. Somehow he must hear it. His own ministers are working against other ministers in this particular fight. I repeat, in that cabinet, Amabua and Buama were the two people we really could swear our lives by. And we knew we had challenges with the others. Mr. President, what are you doing? Yesterday, listen to what the minister said. He talked about the Ministry of Interior, and he was deferring everything in there. Does it make sense to you that people have destroyed the environment? These people keep resources in this country. We did not talk of how to actually, confiscate the assets that they have, the money that they have, send their embassies a bill, make sure we collect the money. We're just talking about how to get them out of this country. And I even wonder how many people have truly left. And if we have not even ended up creating a rent-seeking structure through it, we don't know. You people have destroyed your place, and you were in a hurry to find a way to get them away when they are caught. I think Muntaka should come back again in his entire conduct in this matter. His name is coming up too much. Honorable Muntaka, your name is coming up too much. Obviously, your conduct is not helping this cause. And Mr. President must take a position on his office. He must take the office. And you see, John Mahama should not be lured into behaving the way Nanado behaved. And that is what we are beginning to see. Too much inertia. Your problem as a government, and the biggest decision you always make is the people decision. So if after 8 months you are making so little progress, that stability has moved from 14,000, it has actually moved all the way to 94,000. So Mr. President, in 1 year, your government has superintended the addition of how much? Nobody has seen that in the history. I, as president, would never have that peace. And I don't think that Mahama, as I know him, look, Mahama is a very, very nice man. And Mr. President, it's not time to be nice to everybody. There's only one person to be nice to, it's Ghana. There's so much at stake, and it's your legacy, it's your reputation, it's your future, it's the name of your family that is on the table. Nobody else, not NDC. This matter is not NDC, it's not MPP. It is you, Mr. President, and Mr. President must take action. Action. That's what we ask for the state of emergency. Besides state of emergency, we expect some major changes in government. Like the whip, and everybody knows that it's no more business as usual.
When you talk about change of government, I mean, changes in Mahama's government, what do you mean? Which changes in which aspects?
That's what I meant. Yes.
Yes. What kind of changes are you looking at?
It's the people changes. Are you getting the right reaction from the Interior Ministry? Yesterday we heard it clearly. No. Show me why there's been no prosecution of any of the former Minerals Commission executives who are said to have granted licenses without proper regulation. Who? Show me who. One. EPA. Those who allowed people to go and mine at the place. Those who watched on when those things were happening. Who has been held responsible? This government is nurturing impunity, just the way Nanado's government nurtured impunity in this matter. Look at the pictures. This is a village. Look at the water that they are going to drink.
Very terrible. Terrible there.
The chief, I'll tell you something. The chief in that village, stupidly, with all due respect, thinks that he can buy bottled water, so he has rather arrived. He doesn't realize that it is water. And the cleanliness of this water is rather reflecting on his ability to manage the nature and the assets he's been graced with. This is the mentality we have.
Senyo, I'll come back to you shortly. Also joining us, the Dean of Faculty of Arts at the University of Cape Coast, Professor Kwabena Safo Kantanka, and he is rallying the support of worker unions to support government to take a decisive action on this. Prof, I understand you've already released a statement rallying other labor unions to join you in a demonstration. Particularly, when are you going on this demonstration?
Well, thank you very much. Let me point to that. I like enthusiasm, and thank you also to the Ghana Coalition Against Pay. I believe everybody now agrees with me that the calls have been loud, the appeals have been loud, but we have not received any response. Anyway, it is not, we are not going on a demonstration. We are a group concerned about what is happening, and we have written a petition to all workers' unions in Ghana, and I believe that maybe after this conversation, Senyo Hosi can have a copy of what the petition that we have, so that they can take to that. We have written a petition to all the workers' unions in Ghana, including the UC, the Mother Union. You have the Ghana Federation of Labor, Ghana Mines Workers Union, Ghana Health Workers Union, Teachers and the Network Union, Ghana Cultural Union, the Education Workers Union, Teachers Workers Union of Agri Commerce and Finance, Timber Woodwork Union, University Teachers Association of Ghana, Technical University Association of Ghana, Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, that we must take an industrial line to compel the government to take action against Galamsey. In other words, we would like all workers' unions to lay down their tools until we see a decisive action against Galamsey.
So,
in other words,
when you talk about the decisive action, you've listed a number of things. I mean, inclusive of the state of emergency. Aside from that, what else are you also seeking government to do about the situation?
If you look at the petition that we have written, we made 15 demands. Number one is the declaration of state of emergency, which has already been said loudly. Revocation of LI 2462. Immediate and complete ban on all small-scale mining activities. Anti-corruption and public accountability. Number 5. Criminal enforcement and asset forfeiture. We talk about ban on importation of excavators and heavy mining equipment. We talk about a ban on mercury and toxic chemicals, environmental grants for fast-track environment for land, water, restoration, license, audit, and transparency. We talk about food safety and testing. We talk about community protection and livelihoods, and then we talk about independent oversight and then international cooperation. You agree with me, and it is said, and I quote Professor Frimpong Boateng, that Ghana is the only country in the whole wide world with river bodies without use. I mean, we've reached a level of absurdity, and one wonders, excuse my expression, whether we Ghanaians are really human beings. Because it doesn't make sense. It is so difficult to understand. The calls have been since 2013. Several groups have made calls. If the politicians, our leaders are not listening, what then do we have to do? We have only one tool to lay down our tools. All workers of Ghana. If tomorrow all workers say that we are not going to go to work until we see a decisive action against Galamsey, I believe the government of Ghana will be forced to act. So that is what we are calling for. We are not going to go on demonstration. We are calling on TUC and its members to lay down their tools as workers of this country so that the government of Ghana will take action. And if you see the petition, as I've enumerated, you see all that we are asking for. And exactly that is the kind of tool we can use, because There is nothing. The rationalization has been too much.
Right. So, Prof,
We rationalize.
you've made this.
And we leave the problem.
Right. So I understand you've reached out to these other labor unions. Have you had any response from them? And exactly when are you waiting to go on this demonstration, at least, for us to see some action?
Well, I have sent an email copy to all the unions that I mentioned. I've not received a response. I was supposed to post the hard copies 2 days ago, but I had an emergency, so I couldn't go it. In fact, I'm on my way to Doma. When I return on Monday, I'll post the hard copies to all the labor unions. But as I speak with you, the email copies have reached the labor union, but they have not responded. I find it quite intriguing and very difficult to believe, but I'm giving them time. I don't know what they may have received. They may have seen it. I'm giving them time up to next week. If I receive any response, I'll let you know. Now, I'm happy that Joy has called and asked about this petition. I believe that Joy and other in Ghana, other media houses will be part of this call for the TUC and its members to call for a strike action against Galamsey in Ghana. So that if it takes 1 month and workers are not going to work and we receive a positive response from the government of Ghana, why not?
Right, thank you.
So that is the call. It is a petition for an industrial action to put pressure on the government to act decisively.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Professor Kwabena Safo-Kantanka, for that. Let me go back to Senyo Hosi briefly for his comments. And Senyo, I mean, you've talked about the lack of political will, but also there's the argument that we have to compel government to take action. You think a demonstration is enough to force government's hand in this situation?
As citizens, our social tools are limited. One of them is definitely social action, which may include a demonstration. I don't think just going and walking on the street. I don't think we should do any work. And the source of the problem and the answer to the problem is sitting at only one place. His Excellency the President. He's the one with the absolute power. He's the one in whom our boundaries, our land, our natural resources is vested in. So we just go to God in this matter. We should go and sit at Flagstaff House. We should all go and sit there till our Father would wake up and take the action that will save us, including himself and his own children and children's children. We expected an old father of us who was older, who we thought we didn't do not, and he didn't do it. So if a younger father has come, then and he will not do it, then we're almost doomed. We can't wait for 4 years to determine what we want to do about the current situation. We can't wait. We'll be gone.
So, Senyo,
in less than 1 year, my brother, my sister, in 1 year, we have moved from a high turbidity of 14,000 to 94,800. Hey, 80,000 all of a sudden. Prior to that, from 2016, we were at 20 and 30 in that particular place. It took us almost 8 years to get to 14,000. But in 1 year, we have added 80,000. I beg you, the exponential rate at which we are getting this in deteriorating is extremely dire. And we are getting to the point of irreversibility.
So, Senyo, I mean, we've heard a lot about what you're saying, but now, could you at least put some word to it that we're going to take this action? You talked about going to Flagstaff House, Jubilee House, and sitting there.
I can see sticker on the line. We are going to invite the MPs. We are going to invite the Speaker. We are going to invite Labour. We are going to invite the professional bodies, everybody in one coalition. And that will happen maybe sometime next week. Into one meeting. The Islamic community, the Christian community, everybody, let's sit down and we agree on that way forward.
All right. Thank you so much.
We'll give everybody a state of affairs. including the NDC themselves. I've told you, as an NDC, as a party, must defend the cause of the country, irrespective of which government is there. And the same thing with the NPP people. We should come and play politics with this because all of them have failed us.
Right.
So right now, we have to come together as one unit, as one country, as one people. Let's save Ghana for our children and children's children.
Thank you so much, Senyo Hosi, for your time on our desk, and Senyo Hosi is convener for the One Ghana movement. Speaking